Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome to another channel update video, this time for December 2016. So a couple things I want to mention. So two things I want to go and actually mention. One thing is a new reminder, and one thing is the same reminder that I've been giving in every single channel update video since I started doing them. But one thing I want to mention before we actually start, the video in the background is Hearts of Iron 4. Specifically, it is the Great War mod for Hearts of Iron 4. Which overall I think is a pretty good mod. It does have some minor problems. One, the AI absolutely loves naval invasions to a, what in my opinion is a fairly unrealistic degree. It also seems to be set up to where the AI will almost always choose the historical option, which I don't particularly enjoy, having the AI forced to follow the historical way. I mean, I have never gotten Mexico to agree to the Zimmerman telegram every time that I've played as Germany. Okay? Italy always joins the Entente. China almost always loses to the the Xinhai Revolution or whatever, basically just making them into the Republic of China rather than the Qin Dynasty China. The US always joins the war, generally by about 1917. So personally, I don't like that the AI seems to be set to always choose the historical option. I would prefer if it was set up like it is in the base game, where if you have historical AI focuses set, the AI will choose the historical option. If you do not have a check mark next to historical AI focus, then the AI will choose whatever it thinks is the best or most interesting for itself. This way, China might sometimes, or Mexico might sometimes say, hey, Germany, I see that you're beating the crap out of the Entente, so let me go ahead and actually say yes to the Zimmerman telegram. I would like to see the AI do that. It doesn't, sadly. It doesn't seem to do that, which is kind of annoying. Also, the Ottomans and Austria-Hungary are pretty much brain dead, in my opinion. I don't know if it's just an issue where they just don't understand how to wage a World War I style war, or what the deal is, but they're pretty much brain dead in my opinion. So Austria tends to, without player support and a little bit of me going into the custom difficulty settings and strengthening them, they generally lose about half their territory almost as soon as Italy joins into the war. And Italy generally joins in the war, and I believe it's normally about 1915 to 1916 when Italy tends to join in. I mean, they'll be a part of the Entente before they join, but they take a little while before they say, oh yeah, let's go and actually join that war now. But yeah, so I find that a little bit annoying. But oh well, I've managed to, at least in my opinion, get the AI to not be completely brain dead, but I still think it's pretty crappy. So I would love to see the mod get developed a little bit further, especially in regards to allowing the AI to go ahistorical, because I prefer ahistorical AI. I don't really like when the AI does what it did historically. It's kind of boring. It's too predictable when you know what's going to happen every time. It's the reason why more recently, when I started playing Hearts of Iron 4, the normal version, I generally have AI historical focuses turned off, because I'd rather the AI do what it thinks is most beneficial for itself or more fun, because I'm not quite sure how it's actually weighted. I'd assume it's weighted to focus on being beneficial to the AI, but if it's not, then, well, whatever. But let me go and actually get on to the topics at hand. So the first thing I want to go and mention. I will be adjusting my uploading schedule slightly. I don't think it'll happen actually here in December. I think I'll wait until the new year. But I currently plan to move Star Trek Online, a series that I haven't actually uploaded a new video in for probably close to a year now. And that's mostly because they changed their maintenance day. It used to be Thursday, so I was able to generally record on Wednesday perfectly fine. But at some point, they moved their server maintenance day, or shard maintenance day, I think is what they actually call it, to Wednesday. And that doesn't work. And on Thursday, I generally am either streaming Europa Universalis 4, or I am recording Tom Clancy's End War. So them seemingly moving their shard maintenance day to Wednesday does not help me at all. It actually makes things worse for me in that regard. So I'm planning to move Star Trek Online to Tuesday, as soon as I am done with American Civil War Brothers vs. Brothers. And the series that is meant to replace American Civil War Brothers vs. Brothers will probably be uploaded on Thursdays. Or, well, what's Thursday to me? Obviously, depending on where you live, it might be Friday by that time, but for me, it's Thursday. And so that's the day of the week that I will refer to it as. So, yeah, Star Trek Online is being moved to Tuesday. The ACW Brothers vs. Brothers replacement is going to be getting moved over, or is going to be uploaded on Thursday. That'll probably start in the new year, though, because frankly, I kind of need to finish off American Civil War Brothers vs. Brothers before I can do that. So, yeah, as I said. But that mod, or ACW Brothers vs. Brothers, I'm just going to call it ACW BVB from now on, because that's a little too long of a title. But that series is probably going to be finished within the next couple weeks. So, yes. And, of course, now, as a segue into the series that is replacing ACW BVB, which is also still kind of a weird abbreviation to try and say. But nonetheless, that series is going to be... I'm trying to load up the survey real quick to make sure it's still the same. Yeah. So I created a type form survey, which I'll have a link in the description to for anyone interested. And this survey is for creating my character. The reason being, well, I think it's more interesting if you guys get to create my character. So the game itself is Mount & Blade Warband, but I'm not going to be playing Mount & Blade Warband itself. Rather, I'm playing a mod called 1860s America, which is essentially, it's very similar to a mod that I did for the original Mount & Blade, or a series that I did for a mod that was for the original Mount & Blade, but that mod was very unstable in my experience. And so, yeah. But Warband is generally a lot more stable for me. So, hopefully I won't have issues with this series. But nonetheless, I went and created a character survey for all of the main things regarding our actual character creation. So there are, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions that I have listed as recommended, or not recommended, but required. These questions are specifically determining what we do. My character's backstory, why they became an adventurer, and where we start out. And then I've got another question at the bottom that is not listed as required. There's no need for you to answer it. I appreciate it if you answer it, because it's helpful to me. Well, it's not really helpful. I'm just curious, actually. But that last question is whether or not you were a subscriber during the time that I was doing my Mount & Blade 1866 mod series, which is the Mount & Blade mod that I did that had stability problems. But I enjoyed it, but the stability problems just made it just impractical for me to continue that series. Basically, that is from August 2013 to January 2015. Technically, it was a 2-year running series. Well, not a full 2 years, like a year and a quarter or something like that, roughly. But But I think I had like a month or 2 month long hiatus halfway through because of the stability problems and me trying to resolve them. But I've got a bit of a predicament as of recording this. There are 3. Yes, that is right. There are 3 ties right now. There is a tie on the second question regarding who our father was, or what his job was. There is a tie right now on the question regarding how we spent our early life. And then there is another tie regarding what made us decide to become an adventurer. So, before I can actually start that series, which probably won't be starting until the new year, I kind of need to get the tiebreakers resolved, preferably with you guys answering them, because if I answer them, then, or if I have to break the tie myself, it may not necessarily be what you guys enjoy. But even if the answer you want doesn't break the tie, just select whatever answer you want. So, I mean, the first question, we got a tie between our father being a hunter and a veteran soldier. You don't have to select one of those two. If you want our father to have been a wandering vagabond or a traveling merchant, be my guest. I won't stop you. But nonetheless, I would like to get these ties broken, but again, I would prefer for you guys to select the answer that you would prefer to see me select. Not necessarily what would break the tie. Because I don't mind needing to break the tie myself if push comes to shove. And I would, again, much prefer for you guys to select the answer you would prefer, not the answer that breaks the ties. But yeah, so as I said, as of recording this, I've got 3 ties in this survey that I would like to have get broken. But again, you guys select the answer you would prefer. And hey, if you guys want us to play with our character being female, I won't stop you. You can do that. Currently, none of the 5 people that have answered the survey have selected female. But if for any reason anyone wants our character to be female, be my guest. Just don't expect me to try and voice our character, because that's not going to end well. Trust me on that. So those are the 2 main things I want to talk about. The next 2 things are a new reminder. So I do have some Loot Crate affiliate links, which for those of you guys that don't know, Loot Crate is a monthly mystery crate. And they do have themes, and they have multiple different loot crates. So let me actually select the right link in my bookmarks. So the main 2 loot crates that I think people are interested in are Loot Gaming. That's the main one. But because I also do upload visual novels, some people might be interested in the Loot Anime crate. So those are the 2 main links that I share, of which I'll have my affiliate links in the description to both of those. They do have a bunch of other ones, though. They got a Halo one. But I'm not doing any Halo series right now, or I'm not uploading anything from the Halo franchise right now, so I'm not sharing that link necessarily, but hey, it's there. If you want me to share it to you, be my guest. I'll send you the link. Just let me know if you want it. But the 2 I'll have in the description right now are the Loot Anime and Loot Gaming crates, which, for anyone curious as to the themes for the month of December, for Loot Gaming, the December theme is space. The final... okay, no, not really, just space. So the franchises that they will have things related to are Mass Effect, Destiny, XCOM, and Ratchet & Clank. I'm actually currently planning to get this loot crate. Generally, I tend to skip a lot of months because they don't always have things that interest me, so I tend to skip months. And I tend to alternate between Loot Gaming and Loot Anime a lot of the times, because sometimes one is something I'm interested in, but the other doesn't. So, yeah. But this month, I'm actually probably going to be getting both, which is very rare, as I said, because I normally skip months and or alternate between the 2. But yeah, so that's the December theme for Loot Gaming. For Loot Anime, the theme is Galaxy, which the stuff that they will have in it are related to Sailor Moon, Cowboy Bebop, which is the main reason why I'm getting this one. Robotech, which I think has a different name. I think in Japan it's known as Robotech, but I think it might have a different name in the West. I could be wrong about that though, so don't quote me on that part. And then finally, Space Patrol Luluco. Might be mispronouncing that. That's the way it looks to me. It's Luluco, so to me that instantly means Luluco, but I've got no idea. Maybe it's supposed to be pronounced a different way, for all I know, but that's the way I'm pronouncing it. And you have until December 27th to sign up for either of these crates. You have until 9 p.m. Pacific time on December 27th, which, for anyone curious, December 27th just so happens to be my birthday. So it'll almost be like Loot Crate's giving me a late birthday present, because in theory it should arrive roughly around December 29th, December 30th. But yeah, so you got until December 27th, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to order either of these if you want it. Again, there are other ones. They got normal Loot Crate, they got Loot Crate DX, they got Loot Pets, Loot Wear, they got a Gears of War Specialty Crate, they've got a Halo, they got a Firefly one, a Marvel one, a WWE Slam Crate, as they call it, and then they got a J.K. Rawlings Crate. And for anyone interested, they do also have a crate that has things predominantly related, I think, to Hello Kitty. For anyone that wants it. Not all of these are monthly, I should note. A lot of the partner crates, as they label them, are not monthly. They are every couple of months to like every 2 months or every 3 months, depending. While the limited edition crates are generally one-time things. So you buy it once and you get it. And I'll make sure to throw some pictures up regarding the kinds of content you'll generally see in these. And if I forget, somebody leave a comment. I'll make an imager gallery instead then, and I'll link to it. But hopefully I'll remember to actually throw them up in the video. But again, if I forget, somebody let me know. Because knowing me, I might actually forget. Sadly, I do not have any coupon codes to give you guys for these. Though I did see mention on the Gears of War Twitter page that if you use a certain code, that if I can find, when ordering the Loot Crate DX crate, you'll get some exclusive Gears of War swag, as they label it. So that promo code, I think it's actually a discount. Yeah, it's a discount. So if you use the code GEARS, like Gears of War, when signing up for the Loot Crate DX crate, then you will get a discount. I don't know how much, it doesn't say, it just says a special discount. But yeah, so that's for anyone interested in those, which, for anyone interested, the stuff in the Loot Crate DX is Assassin's Creed, Mr. Robot, Marvel's Luke Cage, and Gears of War 4. Which is mostly the same stuff as the normal Loot Crate in terms of the franchises. Okay. Yeah. So, and of course, I should mention, prices of all these vary. The Loot Gaming and Loot Anime are generally about $25 US a month. And should mention, if you have a Crunchyroll subscription, when you sign up for the Loot Anime crate, you can get $5 off of your subscription. Which actually basically covers shipping and handling for those of us in the US. Because once you take into account shipping, it's about $30 if you go with the plan that charges you once a month. They do have other ones. They've got a 12-month, so you pay once a year. Which, if I had the money, I would do that. But I don't. And again, they don't always have things that interest me, so I don't generally do that. I don't generally go with 12-month things. I generally go with 1-month subscriptions for everything. But nonetheless, that's that. And the final thing, well, not necessarily final reminder, but the final reminder that I want to mention in this part, but it's not necessarily the final reminder of the reminder itself, is that I do have a Patreon. So if you enjoy the content that I upload on my channel, that is a way for you guys to help support the channel. In fact, it is what I consider the most efficient way to help support the channel. Outside of basically direct transferring money into my bank account, which that ain't gonna happen. So yeah, so as I said, that's pretty much the easiest way to help support the channel if you enjoy my content. There are a number of tiers there, but I'm not going to go over them in this channel update because I've done it in previous channel updates. So yeah, there will be a link in the description to my Patreon if you are interested in signing up for it. It is set up. I was waiting for it to load. It is set up to be a monthly thing, so whatever tier you select, you'll get charged whatever the dollar amount is for that tier every month. I believe it's set up by default now on Patreon to charge you right as soon as you become a patron. And then I believe it's set up to do it on the 1st of every month. So, yeah. But that is going to be it for this video. As always, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, share. That will see you guys next time. But until then, goodbye and farewell.